Hello everyone, Hot Luck Bears fan here, and today I bring you a very special video because we reached 500 subscribers. Thank you all for the support through the year, and I'm looking very excited for the next one. Today, we are looking at every Bear Country Jubilee show ever made, because you'll ask for it. Now before you ask, no, this is not the Hot Luck Bears, it's a common misconception, but it's not. And now, let's get started. So the first show ever made was in 1977 and was one of CAI's first full animatronic show. This show was the predecessor from the Hot Luck Bears, but I repeat, it's not the same show. The name of the characters were Pierre and Waldo on the right stage. On the center stage you have Fingerstan, Chet Featherkins, Body Crash, and Boom Boom Bosco. Also in the center stage you had Choo Choo and another little bear. He doesn't have a name for what I can see, but for what I heard, he has a cylinder that rocks him back and forth. And on the right stage you have Beatrice, the only female bear of the show. Throughout the stages you'll have some small animals, like in the Jingle Bell Jamboree. This first show was centered to Americana Amusement Park. Now before you say anything, let me explain. In these CAI photos we see that it's the same style of the Confederate Critter Show photos before they were sent to Magic World. And I'm sure this is the Americana show because of the clothes of the characters, and the fact that these photos were taken around the same time of the Confederate Critter Show ones, 1977. And the fact that Waldo doesn't have the repeat chicken, and also that this show looks more familiar with the concept art. Now with that out of the way, American Amusement Park show was installed in, I speculate, 1977, and it ran until the park closed, 1999. Something I heard is that the show hardly ever ran, and that is understandable, because this was one of CAI's first show. Every show up until the creation of the Rockefeller explosion are known for being really difficult to maintain due to the fact that the mechanisms were bolted to the fiberglass shells. After the park closed, the show was sold to Jungle Gyms International Market, but I couldn't find any video or photos of the show in there. If anybody has any of that, please tell me in the comments. Apparently, they are in storage. Okay, a little bit of script edit. So some people state that the show was never in Jungle Gyms, and if they were never there, then most likely the show was thrown away, which is sad. I just hope they are in storage and waiting to be reactivated. Fun fact, this show is the only one that we have video from. Sadly, it's only 2 seconds of footage and you cannot even see what characters are the one appearing. But this footage, I guess, is better than nothing. Next show was sold to Maurice Pierre. Now I think this show was the second one made because of the clothes of the characters and the fact that Waldo has repeat chicken. So apparently this show was created in 1978. They performed there until 1983, but the show was bought back by CAI. Here are some pictures of Fingerstan when he arrived, just to give you an idea of the condition of the show when it arrived. Sadly there are no more photos of it, sorry. They were all restored and they're still there till this day. Well, I mean, they are still with Aaron, because they are moved from the original building. Something this show had was the gorilla outside of the theater. Originally, I thought that was outside of Ganoble's Grove with the Hot Dog Bears show from there, but turns out it's from Maurice Pierre. This actually makes sense now, since this show is the second one after the Hot Dog Bears were made. This will explain the Momo Grandbag face mask and Looney Bird's mech. Last thing about the show is the fact that they ran with a modified version of the Hot Dog Bear show tape, the characters of Mortimer and Buford, but something that kinda confuses me is if Mortimer and Buford were actually in the show when they were in the pier. I don't know if they added the characters before or after they were sold back to creative engineering. Maybe someone in the comments can explain this to me. Another change they did on the show tape was to the late Goonie Bird. Now it's weird to hear those awkward pauses. Wow, that was a short video, but it's something to expect. This show was not successful, mostly because of the fact that not a lot of customers purchased them, and the show that were sold doesn't have an interesting story either, but something I think they're still a nice show. I really like the designs of the characters, and I just hope we find the first show tape of this show, because sadly we only have 1 minute of audio of it. Thanks everybody for watching, and thank you all for 500 subscribers. I didn't thought I would make it this far in so little time. Anyway, this is Dante, better known as a Hot Dog Bears fan, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.